What's up, YouTube? It's been a while since I did a video because I'm not a YouTuber. I posted one video last year on about a black Supra that I bought after watching a video from Tavares and then going on that Auto Tempest website. I thought I would try and do some of these videos. I never wanted to be a YouTuber or any of that. But I thought maybe it'd be neat to do some videos. And it's harder than it looks, that's for sure. Especially when you get real frustrated with the car. Because then you feel like you're just wasting time and wasting video. And, you know, you're going to bore everybody. But I guess that's why they do the time lapses. That's pretty cool. But anyway, I'm about to show you the car because I'm sure you don't want to look at my face. But when I bought it, it was a black twin turbo 6-speed. If you didn't see the other video, and all original. But as I come to find out, there was paint work, which a lot of cars this age have paint work. Yeah, so I'll show you what it looks like. Basically, I'm doing a full build, which has gotten really expensive really fast. But I did a full repaint, a color change. I'm doing my best attempt at somewhat of a restoration for the limited parts that are still available. So I'll just swing the camera around and get to it. If it'll let me. I'm not even sure if it will. Let's see. No, I don't think it will. So I'm going to have to flip it around because I started the video backwards. So, there it is there. So that's the RSP. I think it's 8L5 is the color code. It's just going to suck recording this way. But anyway, so I'll go around the car. Basically, I had a body shop. I stripped it down completely. Yeah, Jesus, is awful. And had the lip done. Everything got pulled off the car. Of course, I gutted it. I'll show you the engine bay. Go around the side. It's obviously still needs a lot of work. I can't believe how awful it is to record this way. But you can see there's no windshield because the glass was on back order. I didn't want to go with a safe light because the body shop said that they're kind of junk. I've had Safe Light do windshields for me, but there's definitely some behind the scenes stuff that you may not see that you could get with a bad tech. Hold on, let me wipe my lens. So depending on how they prep the surface and all that, they could actually create problems in the future and create rust. And the glass, I think, is a little thinner, a little cheaper, which is why it's cheap. But, you know, most people are okay with that. And I think for most cars, my daily driver and stuff like that, I think I'd be fine with. I'm kind of rambling. But so it was black with tan interior. Again, if you look at the other video, I went with black carpet. So I changed it out. Put a 98 steering wheel in there. You know, new windows. It's going to have new windshield, new rear glass, new taillights. I'm waiting on the gaskets and clips and stuff for the spoiler. And for you guys that know about Supras, there's supposed to be an antenna here. A lot of guys put plugs in them or cap them off with something. I've just made the decision. You know what? It's my car. I didn't buy it as an investment. I bought it because I wanted it. So I made the decision to fill the hole. I also filled the rear wiper. So I also filled the nozzle, the sprayer. Let's see what else. And I filled in the markers, which some people, you know, the purists won't like that either. Or, you know, the fact that, maybe you're breaking laws or you're whatever. But I just didn't like the big red reflector back here or light. On this color in particular, it just irritated me seeing other cars, other Supras with that. It didn't seem to matter as much with the black and other colors. And I don't like the aftermarket clear stuff or the smoked lenses. It just, I don't know. So I decided to shave it. Spent a lot of time thinking about it. I went back and forth and finally just went with it. So again, new glass all the way around. New mirrors. You can't get the mirror glass anymore. I'm even getting this in there. Let me see. Right there. So this right here, this trim, this black around the edge, gets all dry rotted, and just this was a California car, pretty much all its life, and you can't get that glass by itself anymore. It's discontinued, but you can by all means get the whole mirror. So I decided to buy brand new mirrors, so that's that. I have a lot to do as far as installing the interior. Yeah. Oh, new glass in the side too. The side, the actual door glass is all brand new as well. I couldn't deal with the idea of spending all that money on paint and having old glass in. So now we'll go to the windshield, or the sorry, not the windshield, the engine bay, and I'm gonna do my best attempt at. I'm just gonna hold it instead of trying to put the prop rod up there. But they did a little bit of work under here, under the hood itself. The skeleton, I guess the underbracing, it's separated from the top part. So they bonded all that back together and cleaned it up and polished it a little bit, just in case I wanted to run without one of those heat insulators. As far as the engine bay, I gotta flip this around some more. This really is terrible. Anyway, newbie YouTuber. So I did some shaving of the engine bay. As you can see on both sides, I don't know how many holes are filled completely. I didn't count, but what I did do was I stole Ryan Scott's idea from Pure Function. He's shaving his wife's engine bay in her Supra, and he posted a picture of it with all the little holes drilled and whatnot, and I decided that I thought it was nice because it was, it was a nice balance between shaved and just functional. So one thing you may notice, if you know about stock Supras, is the seam sealer here and here. There's a lot of spots where from the factory it's just like brushed on. It looks kind of crappy, but it was there for function and nothing more. But what they did was they ran a thinner bead and just kind of cleaned it up and made it look a little more presentable. So yeah, so I wish I had better lighting for you guys, but yeah, that's the engine bay. So I'm going with a manual rack. Let me put this down and kind of flip it back around on myself. Oh man, it's already 8 minutes. That's crazy. There's probably a lot of fat I can cut out of here. So the plan is to do basically a full build. So I bought a short block from a local guy. And the builder was Brian Roche, I believe, who's supposed to be well known for building race engines and 2 JZs or whatever. But so I forget some of the specs, I'll be completely honest. I think it's a 10-1. I have to look at all the details. I just know it was a solid build, and it was a local guy, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to take it. So I bought it built brand new. I'm going to send the head-to-head games, and I still have yet to do that. The turbo, I'm not sure yet. I have a lot to do before I get there. I just kind of want this car to look like a car again and focus on some of the details. And I figure by then, who knows, maybe a new turbo will come out. But I made the mistake of doing that once. I was doing a build. Next thing you know, 3 years goes by, and I bought a turbo that was like, well, it was out of date by the time I started the car. Now this shouldn't be 3 years, but anyway, there's not really much else to say. I'm probably boring you guys by now, but as far as the interior, I'm just going to do black on the rear seat. I was going to get a little fancy and maybe have a interior shop. I still may have them do something custom. I don't know how I feel about seat covers. I know a lot of people seem to do that. I think Interior Innovations is one place. But we'll see. I may still do that. I have some Evo 7 Recaro seats that I don't know if I should bother showing you right now or not. Maybe I'll do it in another video because it's already over 10 minutes. Most of you probably tuned out by now. But so I got some Evo 7 Recaros from Australia, and I don't know. Everything's going to look so new. I have a new dash, mostly new panels. I was going to get the ones that are discontinued, like refinished. I just want it to look as new as possible, and as much as I love the style of the seats, they're well used. They're probably, well, they're 20 years old easy, being an Evo 7. So I'm not sure. I might even have them reupholster the Evo 7 seats, or I don't know. I got a couple options, but I might even do S2000 seats. I may even just redo the stock ones. Problem is they're tan, and I don't like the idea of painting plastic, and I'd have to paint a lot of that trim black for the buttons and stuff. I think that's it. But like I said, new dash and everything, so the inside should look good. I'm going to get the Stu Hagen upgrade. I already have my gauges boxed up. I have a Stop Tech trophy kit that, again, I'm doing a lot of talking and not a whole lot of showing. They're boxed up, but it's a pretty cool kit. So, I'm going to have a whole wheel and brake set up. I guess that's it. I'm just going to shut up and work on the car. I'm hoping this is more for me, this video. It's almost like one of those fat loss things. It's like, if you put it on the internet and you get a few people to kind of chirp back at you and say, hey, good job, or this or that, you feel like you're holding yourself a little more accountable. Maybe you see a few, responses saying, hey, that's amazing. Keep us updated. I guess that type of stuff would keep me motivated and keep me wanting to work on this car. I mean, you would think a car like this would keep you motivated anyway, just the idea of being able to drive it. But life gets in the way. But we should be pretty well off. The car should be complete soon. Well, I don't want to say soon, but I would like to have it running by spring, summer at the latest. But again, I want to do a full wiring harness, standalone ECU, the typical stuff. The fuel system, I'm going to go with radium. I got a VVTi head. Again, I want to send the head games. I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff. But again, this is more to maybe try and motivate me to just keep going with it. Because I tend to, like a lot of people, I think I'm too easy with quitting. You get frustrated. One little bolt strips out and you're like, forget it. Next thing you know, a week goes by and you haven't touched the car. I'm trying not to do that. So far, things have been going well with this car. Knock on wood. All right. Well, I guess till next time. If I get no responses, I may not make another one, or I may. Either way, it'll be interesting to look back a couple years from now. Hopefully this is running and, I could laugh at myself and say, oh, yeah, I remember when I did that video. But all right. Till next time.